So we opened our first store at the Lake of the Ozarks, and not long after we had opened, Casey walked in the door and was looking for a job.
I applied at Papo's.
And I said, well, let's talk to her. Don't even let her get out the door.
And Papo actually hired me almost on the spot.
And there was something about her that struck me, and I said, let's talk to her. So we did, and she became a part-time server.
It was really cool. I started the next week.
And did a great job. And then
I quickly went from being a server to a part-time bartender.
And she became the bartender extraordinaire. And people would come to Papo's to talk to her and to see her. And she helped to make Papo's at the Lake a real happening place.
And that's when everything at Papo's really changed for me, is when I started forming a family there.
You would go in there on a Sunday when she would run the shift, and everybody there would say, I'm here for Casey. And I was like, well, what am I, chopped liver or whatever? They're like, hey, we're good to see you, Papo, but we're here for Casey. And that's great. That's really what it should be, and that's what I love to see. So she applied herself. She became kind of an assistant manager. Then she became manager.
I completely fell in love with my coworkers and leadership and just the food and the atmosphere. Working in the service industry and eating pizza and drinking craft beer and talking about craft beer and having this incredible knowledge of food, it brings people together in a really wonderful way. And so I was able to transform my entire life through starting as a part-time server at Papo's.
She moved into the manager position in Osage Beach, and she did very, very well at that, and started realizing that she wanted to do more. She wanted to do more with the concept. So we have a program where if you manage a store for a year, you qualify to own your own franchise. And Casey decided to go for that.
When we made the decision to open up a Papo's in Kansas City, it was honestly like a spur of the moment thing. Over time, I had developed a lot of really great customers from Kansas City, and my partner and I were talking one night, and I said, you know, if franchising is really an option for us, then I would love to go to Kansas City. You know, we have all of these customers from Kansas City, and they rave about how much they love Papo's, and they don't have one anywhere close to them. So we took on the project of moving up to Kansas City, exploring the entire area, all the neighborhoods, and Lee Summit really has so much to offer, and we really started talking to a lot of the people in the community and kind of putting our names out there and saying, this is what we're doing, this is the location that we're going into, and it like went wild.
The local people here are so excited to have Papo's in Lee Summit. We have so many people that have been coming to the lake for years that now they can come here and have a Papo's pizza or one of 32 beers on tap. They can have their cookies that they really like, all the things that they like to enjoy at Papo's.
Coming here with the Papo's brand and knowing just what an exceptional brand it is, especially in the state of Missouri, it's like, it's almost easy in a way. It's almost like, oh wow, like people already know who you are and they're excited about you, and if they don't know who you are, then they are gonna find out really quickly.
It's gonna be epic here, and this is just the start here in Kansas City.